So back to what I was saying, you have those grandparents who, that hug on you, slip you some money, call you, coming over, grandparents, old school grandparents. And I'm sure there's those grandparents now. I don't have any grandkids, but one day I hope to have some. So anyways, I have to clear my throat. Through this journey of life, you don't realize until you talk to others or you listen to others what things you might not have realized that you were lacking, and why sometimes you act the way that you act. And it's a lot of times I can remember my mom, being like, or, people in the family, oh, y'all so standoffish. Oh, you ain't gonna stay nowhere long. But I also think growing up, my mom, she was always on the go, had lots of friends, always on the go. If we weren't at my grandma's house doing something, she was going with her friends doing something, and I'm not to say that she would leave us, but it wasn't like we had straight mother-daughter time. So when I hear my daughter talk about how she doesn't feel like I have her back, it's hard to hear, but at the same time, I can I understand where she's coming from, but you don't want to be that person, be like, dog, I did that, or you feel that way, or, because I thought my parenting skills were strong. Shoot. Being there, guiding you, teaching you, showing you the raps, but when it comes to hugs and when it comes to expression, that is my point where I feel like the Wicked Witch of the West or East, whichever place you came from, I'm melting, because it's like when somebody said Mufasa, affection, and say all that. I'm married, but my husband say the same thing too. You are not an affectionate person. I wasn't shown that. And it's hard to give somebody something that you weren't given. You have to learn yourself how to do those things. And once you learn how to do those things, then, I'm thinking it's a natural thing. Now, don't call me crazy, because in all actuality, I'm a teacher. But sometimes just because you're a teacher don't mean that you can't be taught. You can be taught by anybody. And I don't want to be in such a space or a negative space where it seems like I don't care. But how do you do that? I mean, put in the comments below if you know, how do you separate yourself from that? Is it that I need therapy? I know, because it's not something that I want to go and be like, mama, because like I said, I'm 48. The end of this year, I'm gonna go up another number, Lord willing. Yes, Lord willing. I just want to be a better me in all that I can do. I have 3 grown-ups, because I'm not gonna call them children. I have 3 grown-ups, and life has sent me in directions, my husband and I, our family, in directions that I might not even thought that would have been for me. Like, sometimes, when you reflect on your life, and if you're not where you want to be, you think like, Lord, why me? Why I'm not where I want to be? I look around. Definitely don't look at social media, because you do that, that's the wrong place, child. You're gonna find people making you worse off, sad. Ooh, Jesus. Sometimes that's why they said worse off than you, but they're putting smiles on it. But that's neither here nor there, because I'm not talking about nobody else's situation. I'm talking about me right now, me, myself, and I. So when we had that conversation, I'm reflecting back to my daughter. When we had that conversation, I just was listening. And that's what she said. She was like, you know, you listen a lot, Mom, but I don't even know if you really understand what I'm saying to you. And it's not that I don't understand, but it's like, how do I respond to something like that? Like I said, I didn't grow up in a household full of hugs and, oh, baby, I love you, or great job, you did that. But those are the things that she seeks and she wants. I mean, like, I guess a lot of people want those things. Adulting is hard. And even you would think, okay, girl, you 48, how long you been living on this earth, and you think that things don't exist, or you think that it's, I don't know, child, don't get me to start rambling. But I just want to be better in life. I just want to do better. I want to act better. I'm not a bad person. You know, actually, I'm a fun person. I'm a funny person. You know, although sometimes my kids was like, girl, you, not girl, Ma, you fun. You got a little bit of cornball in you. But that's just me. And if I can find a way to laugh, I'm going to laugh. So all I can do right now is reflect on what she said and kind of do better. Who wouldn't want to do better? I can't do worse. But when you sitting there like in this car, somebody's all in my Kool-Aid, but you know that's going with the territory. Don't I want people on YouTube to be in my Kool-Aid? I don't know if you heard my mumbling or not, but that's how I feel. And I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna do better. But I just gonna take things one step at a time. My feelings one feeling at a time. You know, if you have never been soft, it's hard to learn how to be softer. You know, they talk about women being in a soft girl era, but if you ain't never been in no area of softness, how you gonna even turn soft? That doesn't make sense to me. But you know, all it is trying. Yeah, so anyways, I hope y'all having a good day. Back again, I told you these things, they do what they want to do, this hair. But yeah, I hope y'all having a good day, and whatever you do, be good to yourself, learn something new, and be good to somebody else. That's all. You know, every day is a learning experience, and I'm learning that, even like I said today. Well, like I didn't say, I was about to say, like I said, if you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you are returning, welcome back. I have not been posting at all. I've been kind of just here and there taking food pictures, putting them on Instagram, stuff like that, you know, places I go that interest me. But YouTube, I really haven't been doing that much, although I really want to start doing those things. I'm at a point in life where it's nothing but growth possible. I mean, because if you don't grow, you must be dead, right? And I ain't trying to be dead no quicker than, you know, the Lord said there's many years, and I want all them years that he said. So I'm going to go back to this house. Today I'm waiting on the mattress to come. You know, I really wasn't an Amazon orderer, but like I said, I don't have kids. I have grown-ups. I have 3 of them. And they always, well, especially one, maybe 2, always ordering online. And I was like, after going out from store to store to store, I was like, I'm tired. What bed was that you said you ordered? Because I'm gonna order one of them myself too. I'm gonna order that myself too. So that's what I did. So I'm waiting on that, the mattress, and I thought the bed would be here at the same time too. Because again, like I said, we're about to move, or we're in the process of moving, and that's another thing. I need to really be expressive of how proud I am of my kids, because like last month, my son, he closed on a house, and my daughter was the one who made her first sale, and it was to her brother. So, you know, kudos to them. That's a power move. And even to add on to things to that, I'm at this point in life too. We are moving from an apartment to a house. Not that people haven't done that before. Before we even moved to Florida, I'm naturally a Florida native, but I moved away and I raised my kids. My husband and I, we raised our kids in Georgia, and we didn't come back till, I think my daughter she was a senior, somewhere around 2014. So like I said, they grown. Girl, that 48 mind is showing. I'm trying to rewind so I can remember what it was and where I was going with that. But life be life, and the house, that's where I was going with that. I told you I just had to wait a minute, just let it rattle around. So anyways, my son bought a house. My daughter sold him the house, and it was a first for both of them. My son just recently retired. Young son, but not a child son. He's 24 years old, so he retired from the Navy. And people don't get to say that often. I see so many veterans on the street that for him to be blessed, he was in the service since he was 18 years old when he enlisted in the Navy, and he's 24, and he had some injuries while he was in there, and seeking and understanding and, being in the Navy, doing what he did, they gave him, they allowed him to retire early, with full benefits. So kudos. So that's catching all of y'all up to where I'm at now. When we moved here in 2014, we had just left Georgia. We owned our home in Georgia. We moved down here. And ever since then, my husband and I have been renting. We were going to continue to rent. But my husband, Keith, he, after we came back from Dominican Republic, we lived there about 9 months. We stayed there and then took the rest of the year off until it was time for me to go back to work that following year. So living there, we come back, and like the rent that we were paying at that time, we lived in a 2-bedroom house that we were renting. Again, like I said, we owned our home in Georgia, and then we moved down here and we've been renting. So the house that we were renting was like maybe $1,200, two-bedroom house, garage, nice yard, blah 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 blah. And when we came back, it's like $1,200 where, because all of the rent starts at like $2,000 something, and that's a big jump. So neither here nor there. It's either you gonna rent or you gonna buy. Which one you gonna do? So we were fine with just renting till we figured it out, till we decided exactly on what side of the town we wanted to live on. I hadn't really been in a rush because, like I said, my kids are grown, and my husband and I, basically, if you want to say we're empty nesters without having an empty nest. So yeah, so remember, I gotta shake it around a little bit, and I'm also driving, so I'm trying to make sure I'm staying focused because they got all these new rules about having your phone, and I need to go ahead and get one of those props so I can have my phone correctly in this car and I won't get a ticket, because Lord knows I don't want no ticket, no fine, no none of that. So I'm going to bring this up to a nutshell so I can get ready to close this part of the video out, whether it's the beginning, the end, I don't know. This might be a 5-minute, 10-minute, I don't know, introduction back to I'm vlogging. Hopefully the people that have been with me, they'll see it. If not, then I hope I'll grow some other people that are interested in what I got to say. And so when my son, when he got out of the service, he was like, Mom, he was like, I want to travel the world. I want to do this. I want to do that. I'm like, son, go ahead. Go do that, because if I was in your shoes and I had the ability to travel like, you do, I would be traveling too. You're still young. You don't have no kids. You don't have nobody worrying, you, just you. So he was like, yeah, I want to do that, but I also want to buy a house. And I'm like, you want to buy a house? Don't worry about buying a house. Enjoy yourself, just keep your stuff wherever we are, keep your stuff there. So he was like, yeah, but also I would like, he's like, I'm just really thinking that, maybe instead of y'all renting from, whoever, maybe y'all could just, just help me out while I go and do my thing. And it'll be like a win-win situation where, you'll be somewhere that you want to be comfortable, and then I'll have a landing spot for when I'm ready to come back off of my destination from wherever in the world that I want to be. So, at first I was like, and then as I thought about it, I was like, well, then he's had really been thinking a lot, and he's like, well, this will help everybody save money. Right now, who don't want to save money? Raise your hand. And there are some sacrifices that will, have to be made, because again, we at the age where we can be empty nesters, but we are not empty nesters because life be lifing. And does the world be lifing? So, I know I'm loading a lot on y'all just for us to be coming back and just for me to be coming back to this YouTube. But this is where I am, a mindset right now. I can be all over the place. But it just hit home today what she said. And I can't help but reflect on what she said and just do better. Be a better person about it. Making sure that I don't have the Mufasa syndrome. Like, Mufasa, if you don't know the Lion King, that's what I'm talking about. Go back to the Lion King 1. I gotta learn to hug. I gotta learn to be soft. I can find myself like that too at work. I would never say I'm mean to a child, but it's like I'm not one of those huggy teachers. Like, hey, great, you can do it. I'm gonna cheer you on because I know that you can do it. But at the same time, I'm not a fuzzy person like that. That's something I gotta learn to do. I don't know. And again, here I go at that age, 40, knocking on 50's door, where the perimenopause got my emotions everywhere. So I might be saying all this today, and then tomorrow, I might be in a situation where I'm feeling like, nah, I'm good, I'm Gucci, I'm good. Like everything is golden over here. What's she talking about? But that ain't fair. When somebody expresses their feelings, you really should show, some kind of way that you understand what they mean. But anyways, I just made it back to the house, and again, I'm waiting on this mattress whenever it comes. So just like Tabitha Brown said, be nice. And the words I can't remember right now, that's that 48 foggy. And if you can't be nice, don't you mess up nobody else's day. That's it. That's all. We good. So the next time I see her, she go probably be like, Mommy, you just being so fake and so phony. But how can I just start? I gotta hug her. I gotta embrace her. I gotta show her okay, I'm really trying. But I feel like it'll be corny to be like, oh girl, I'm gonna try, because then she gonna be like, right. And all I can do is try. So it's up to the receiver to receive what I'm trying to give out. And that's it. That's all. But y'all have a good day. I'll snap at y'all later. Maybe I'll be able to put this blog together. I'm hoping to have some other moments coming up where I can put at least a 30. Ooh, child, this is 19 minutes already. So this is just one vlog all by itself. So whatever you do, don't even look at me. Right. I can't even say don't look at me as a person. I'm not Cruella de Vil. And nobody said that I was Cruella de Vil. But just listening to her thoughts made me feel like you got some of those traits. And I don't want those traits, because who wants to be around somebody that's not expressive or, showing compassion and love, especially when they're your parent. And again, like I said, I tell her, I love her. I tell my kids I love them, but it's also in showing that. And that's the part where I seem to fall short. Because I think, like I said, if you listen to the first part of this, through trauma, it wasn't, and I'm going to say it like this because that sounds like a hard word. If you didn't grow up from a fuzzy family, you got to learn how to be fuzzy. Now, my mother-in-law, she was one of those ones. She's a fuzzy person. She'll embrace you, take you in as you, hers, her birth mother, all of that. But when it came to my own mom, facts are facts are facts. I knew she loved me, but I just didn't see it. I knew she loved me. I just didn't feel it. And it's not until in my heart where I started feeling those things and sometimes doing those things to my kids. That sound bad too. That I realized I was missing some of those elements. And then I can keep on reflecting because, like, I grew up in a household with my mom and my stepdad. My stepdad, God bless the dad, he's not with us anymore either. But, you know, as I grew up, he grew more distant, and he wasn't the sweetest, fuzziest person either. Let me just say that. And in life, I also, when I felt a certain way and I had to express it to my mom more, she finally asked me what's wrong. I finally just said what was wrong because I just couldn't take it anymore as a young child. And I always heard, well, that'll just make you stronger. Why does a child have to be strong? I don't understand that. It's going to that'll help you encourage. Don't be mad. You know, that the things you're going through, this is what I heard as a child. Things you're going through is going to help you in life when you get stronger, so you'll know how to react to people. But I think that did the opposite to me. I don't think it made me more of instead of fuzzy, a more cold, distant. And so when I hear someone saying that I'm acting distant, I don't think it's on purpose. I just think that's the way that I was built. That's the way that my design, that's the way that those words that I heard that, you know, they'll just make you, you know, it'll just help you to understand. I missed all of that. So I got to learn to defrost or thaw myself out. So whatever this soft girl era people talking about, I can start listening, being it. Because right now, shoot, I ain't living a soft girl. I'm living a rusty, dusty, crusty toes era. I need to soften them things up. Woo! Is anybody out there like me? Can I get one thumbs up? Like, if you understand, can you toot? Like, you know how when it's been a while since I've been there too, but you know when you was trying to get out of church earlier, you had to go to the bathroom and the pastor was still talking, you had to put that one finger up because you're trying to dismiss yourself. So yeah, I am going to let you all go. Next time I put another blog, video, whatever, if one person sees this video, great. If 1,000 people see this video, great. If someone has gone through situations like I haven't, have any suggestions, you know, all I can do is read it and agree or disagree. And that's what makes us adults, being able to agree to disagree, or even just give good opinions on what might help to get you where you're trying to go. Anything positive, nothing negative. I don't even know if I finished about the house thing, but yeah, so if I did it, my son wanted us to move with him. He just closed on his house, and so we're gonna be with him. We're gonna be with him until the Lord says different. I don't even know how to express that, but you know, right now this is where we're going to be, and I'm grateful for it, because guess what? Those things that maybe my kids or my grown-up kids have felt, this is the time now that they're at the age where they can express it, and I can do nothing but listen and respond and meet them where they're at. So with us moving together, I think this will give us an opportunity to reflect on each other and just strengthen, like peanut butter and jelly, you know, like strengthen those little wrinkles that need to be wrinkled out, because we don't have, I can't complain about anything much. I mean, I have a job, thank you, Lord. Everybody, my husband has a job, thank you, Lord. We have a roof over our head, and about to have a new roof over our head. We have a dog, he lived his best life as a dog, and life can go on. I just got to learn how to be too. And another thing too, like, people call me on the phone. As much as I want to be on this YouTube, I don't really like to talk on the phone, so I got to learn how to reach out to people and let them know, hey, I'm still living. What about you? You good over there? Shoot, can we meet up and drink some water together, eat some crackers, something like that. Woo! Life be lifing. And why at 48 are you still having to learn things that you probably maybe could have learned as an adolescent? I don't know. Some things I got to get out of my own head and try my best. But I'll talk to y'all later. And whatever you do, be great. And when I say these things to you, I'm saying these things to me. Talk to you later.